Yes, good afternoon, Jim. This is Denny, Whiskey Bravo 9, Mike Sierra Mike.
Roger, Roger. And this is Denny, Roger?
Yes, Denny. I normally am running a Swan 700, but today I'm running a different radio.
What are you running today, sir?
Yes, today I'm running my Kenwood TS-890.
Roger. And what's your... You are in Nineland. What's your location?
Yes, Jim. I'm in Wisconsin.
Roger, Roger. Now, why don't you give me about 10 seconds on your antenna situation, and I'll look around and see if I can find a better path. Roger?
Certainly. Yeah, okay. Certainly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, Jim. They said the Kenwood TS-890, and I'm running that into a double bazooka antenna, and for 80 and 40 meters, and that's up roughly about 30-35 feet or so. And I've got the Aircraft camp that I'm running, the small one there, the 500. And I'm running, roughly, let me see here, 350 watts. So that's that there, Jim.
Roger, Denny. We have somebody that loves to tune up on an active frequency. Please, it's not nice to tune up on an active frequency. All right, and you're running that TS-890. That's a Roger, Denny?
Running that TS-890. That's a Roger, Denny?
Yes, it is, Jim.
Alrighty, well, let's review a couple of things. I'm assuming that you should be running that bandpass at 100 to 2900. Is that a Roger?
100 to 2900. Is that a Roger?
That is correct.
Alrighty, then your compressor at 3, engaged and at a 3.
At 3, engaged and at a 3.
I don't have the compressor on at all at this time, Jim.
Roger. Well, go ahead and turn that on and at a 3. And it's part of our setup procedure. It helps the arrive at the 3 dB dynamic range at the end, and it's really a token amount. You'll never hear it on the air, Roger.
Really a token amount. You'll never hear it on the air, Roger.
Yeah, okay, Jim. I just turned it on. There, Jim, and I've roughly got it on. Well, let's see here. Yeah, I've roughly got it on here on, it goes to 100, so I've roughly got it on 24.
Yeah, just slip that on to 30. That would be the ideal point, 30, Roger, on that compressor.
The ideal point, 30, Roger, on that compressor.
You bet, Jim. You bet. I have it on 30.
Yes, sir. Now, with mic in hand, I want you to go to your ALC meter. And as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 100, 100, or 100, 200, 300, whatever it takes, I want you to speak rapidly and adjust your mic level to where your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay. 100, 200, 300, 400. Hello, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 100, 200, 300. Yeah, I'm roughly, Jim, I'm roughly right in the ballpark of where I should be based upon your request.
Yes, sir. It looks like you're right at 3 dB, and that 3 dB means your average percent of peak modulation is running 80 to 85%. So you're precisely where you need to be. Your EQ pattern sounds pretty good. Might use a little one-click top-end boost. That's if you could go to your equalization page just for a moment.
Equalization page just for a moment.
Okay, what I'm running on the equalization there, Jim, hold on just 1 second, sir. Yeah, what I'm running in here, Jim, on the equalization, I'm running the high boost at 1. The high boost is at 1. So that's where I'm at with that. And just for the heck of it, Jim, let me try 2. Jim, I just put it to 2. I just bumped it to 2. Over.
Yes, sir. I like 2 a lot better. It has a nice, a little bit more edge to it. So there's your articulation point that we're looking for. So I would run that just like it is now. I would get the Gorilla Tape out and tape everything down.
Get the Gorilla Tape out and tape everything down.
Yeah, okay. Sounds great, Jim. Yeah, I normally check in and chat with you, sir. I normally have the Swan 700. I built the digital display, and for that, and I built the digital display for the Swan 500 too. So both of those radios have digital displays now that I built, and they're fairly accurate. For the most part, but they still are tube radios, so there is some drift, but it's not that bad. But anyway, yeah, I normally do chat with you with that radio. So today I said, you know what, I'm going to check in with Jim with my Kenwood and see how this checks out. I really, really appreciate all your help there, Jim.
Yes, sir. And I want you to pull out your ALC meter for the next week or so, since you've got to need something to look at. Be watching your ALC meter as you speak, and be looking to get that meter running mid-scale to 2/3 all the time. And within a couple of days, you'll be able to command that meter directly to what you need it to be, mid-scale to 2/3, just by voice control. Roger?
Just by voice control, Roger?
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, yeah, I agree. I agree with you there, Jim. I totally agree. The other comment I want to make is, am I on frequency? I should be dead nuts on frequency there, Jim.
Well, as far as I can tell, you're absolutely perfect. Sounds beautiful to me.
Absolutely perfect. Sounds beautiful to me.
Quite a contrast to my Swan, where I jump around a little bit and dance up and down the band a little bit. But thank you very, very much, Jim, for all your help. I always enjoy chatting with you, and I enjoy just listening to your net here that you have on each week. It's very, very enjoyable, and it's nice that you help everybody.
Well, thank you so much, Denny. We try, and I think everybody should be all that they can be, and some folks are more than, some folks are living my dream better than I am. There's a couple of mobiles floating around with 4 underneath the back seat, 4 amps in the back seat, and they're just, oh gosh, just beautiful. So that's the whole thing of being all that you can be, and that's what ham radio lets you be, and as much as you want to be, or as little as you want to be. That's the beautiful thing about ham radio, Roger.
That's the beautiful thing about ham radio, Roger.
Oh, I could not agree with you more, Jim. I could not agree with you more. Just kind of curious, how is my signal coming in? I'm getting you, Jim, times 15.
I just started to look around. I've been copying the mail on Milford. That's where we started the QSO, and I just went over to my local antenna. Why don't you give me, if you have a nice little radio story there for about a minute or so, why don't you give me that, and I'll look around for part of that and see if I can find a better path.
Oh, certainly. Thank you very much there, Jim. Well, I got into ham radio in 1970, so I've been in radio now for over 50 years. And I like having different radios, for sure. I've got this one here, plus, I have those Swans. I also have Elecraft K2, which I only run it at 4 watts. So it's kind of fun to play around with different radios. And I got to tell you right now, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm semi-retired. I still substitute teach, but I substitute teach at times that I want to teach, so it's kind of nice to be on my own schedule there. It really makes life easy. So anyway, thanks again, Jim, for all that you do. KC9 Victor Kilo Victor, WB9 Mike Sierra Mike.
Roger, Denny. Sounds really good, sir, and glad that you're being able to do more or less what you want to do when you want to do it. That's the neat part about the older times in life. You've been working pretty much on somebody else's dime. Now you're working on your own dime, and you can kind of do more or less what you want to do. And that's the neat thing about life. That's what I'm finding out anyway. We are retired now, and so we do manage to be able to do what we want to do most of the time, and then the other time when we have to do what we have to do, the money is the thing that makes that worthwhile. So it all comes together. Anyway, Denny, 73, sir, and if you want to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that's KC9VKV logbook, that will take you to this recording. This will be cut number 1 of 1900 cuts, and you might find the first few really interesting. The first 20 or so we've picked out to intrigue, so hopefully you'll find that. 73, Denny, we'll catch you later. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.